What's up, guys? It's Eafc here, and today on Eafc, the market went absolutely crazy. We saw a lot of meta cards drop, we saw fodder go up, and a ton of different things. So I'm going to kind of walk you through what happened, why it happened, and kind of give you my idea of where I expect the market to go next. But before we jump into that, I'm going to show you the easiest way for you to get some coins. If you guys are looking to buy cheap, fast, and reliable coins, make sure to check out iggm.com using the link in the description and use the code CHIEF at checkout for a 5% discount. Now let's get right into this video. All right, boys, so diving into this video, first, I kind of want to just touch on what happened on the market today for those of you that don't know. And essentially what we saw is we just saw a load of super meta, super popular cards drop in price, which across the community was very, very unexpected here. This Rolfo card was over 83,000 coins yesterday and is now under 60K. And we saw this trend with a load of cards. We saw this with Alex Morgan would be another one. She was up at like 73,000 coins yesterday, and she came down to like 50K today. Now, the reason for this, to be honest with you, is a little bit unknown. I don't really see a reason in terms of the content today for these cards to have dropped. I think it may be like a massive Discord that had loads and loads of supply of these meta cards, basically just dumped these and to make a bunch of coins, and now they're going to rebuy when all these cards drop in price. Because what has happened is when a bunch of these cards get listed up, people see the prices start to come down, they pretty much just panic on these cards and they start to sell their own players as well. So we saw a massive drop in price today, but now this has been followed by a big rebound, and I want to kind of show you guys exactly what that looks like right now. So a good example to start here would be this Rolfo card. Looking at her hourly price, and I have to put yesterday just because of time zones, you can see this card was all the way up at 73,000 coins here. She came all the way down to 55,000, basically down 20K. This was literally about an hour ago this price was here. And now she's up 6,000 coins all the way back up to about 60K. So as expected, and as I was telling basically everybody on stream, treat this drop as another buy window, because there is no real reason, supply, anything like that for these cards to have dropped. I think it's an artificial drop in the market because of a person or group of people. It would have to be a large group of people that had loads and loads of supply of cards, which then led to a lot of panic selling. So I really see this drop as something temporary and see a lot of these meta cards rebounding tonight and over the coming days. You'll see it with this Alex Morgan card. She was literally back down to like 50,000 coins today. You can see she was 75K to start the day, goes down to 52 and is already up to 58K and just keeps on rising. When I started my stream, she was like 53 and now she's 58K, which is crazy. And again, this just goes across the board pretty much with a lot of these meta cards. So for those of you that have your cards, I would not panic. You're gonna start to see your rebound already here in these cards, and I would continue to hold into tomorrow, Wednesday, and even early Thursday before content on these cards. I see it as a temporary issue. Now, we can also dive into the team of the week cards as well, because a lot of people we're a little bit surprised by Team of the Week cards not dropping. However, this has been the trend we've seen the last couple years. So I wanted to kind of touch on this as well. Team of the Week cards, first of all, if you don't know, I think there's a lot of good options in terms of investments here. I think Lewa is way too cheap for his card. I think Lamptey is still a good investment. So 200K for this. He was like 215 yesterday. So really not a ton of movement on this card. And I think he's a really, really good option to invest in. A little bit more long term, maybe like a week and a half, 2 week hold on this card, but I think he'll do really well. Another one is Lamptey. His price, he maybe dropped to like 4,000 coins here, so not really a ton of movement. And then another one is Doku. The guy's basically the exact same price here. So with these team of the weeks, these typically have pretty steady prices that you don't really have to worry too much about when it comes to these team of the weeks. So expect these to remain steady. And after Friday, especially Sunday to Wednesday of next week, expect these cards to rise pretty well, especially like Lamptey here being one of the only usable Brighton players to link to Fatty, who a lot of people are evoing. There's not really good Prem left back options. The only other really usable option is going to be Andy Robertson. So a lot of options here in terms of like team of the week cards. Again, they've already risen quite a bit, and I think these prices stay steady even with this market drop as we have seen. So team of the week card's a bit of an interesting one there. Stayed steady. A lot of the meta cards dropped and are already rebounding here, and I expect them overnight to continue to do this because we've seen basically every single night the game has been out, you basically just see cards rise overnight. I want to go to like, I don't know, let's go to like Sunday here and see what happened. You can see like, if we could see like an hourly look that shows it, yeah, like a drop, rise, drop, and then like 71K here. And then overnight, Sunday morning, she'll be, or that would be yesterday morning, I'd imagine, yeah, still going up. So these overnight holds typically do really, really well because when the UK gets back on the game in the morning, you got a lot more people kind of active, buying players, everything like that. So expect these players to do pretty well tonight and continue to rebound as they've already started to, as we mentioned on stream. And then the last thing I kind of wanted to hit on here in this video is Fodder and kind of the movements it had today. So what we saw is, you know, we have gotten the KDB SBC, we've gotten Madison, we got a Dutch league player. Today we got a Liga F women's league player for the Spanish league. Basically, we've had 1 day without a player SBC, if I'm not mistaken. And what this is doing is it's driving a lot of hype in Fodder heading into content time. So what do I mean by that? Let's go ahead and jump over here and let's go look at the cheapest buy rating page for footbin players. You can see right now 84s are about 1.4K. You could probably win them for 1.2 on bid. So let's go take a look at these and what they've done over the last like day. So you can see to start the day here, this Elest card was 1,500 coins at night. So early in the morning, you know, late at night, pretty cheap, 1,500. Content time, she's all the way up to like 2,000 coins here because there's a lot of anticipation for SBCs and whatnot. And then after content, we see this drop again. Cards come back down to a normal price. And I'm expecting that again tonight, is to be able to get in on Fodder for really reasonable prices here and then hold it and sell before content. And again, the point here is, you could hold these cards going into content, right? And maybe we get something that makes them go up in price. However, for me, I would rather take those save coins, sell before content, know exactly what I'm getting out of these cards, and move on to my next investment. So my recommendation would be to sell these cards before content when you're getting all that hype, a lot of people jumping into Fodder just before content comes out because they think we're getting a player SBC. You can see we're looking at an 85 here, basically 4,000 coins, and it's all the way up to 5K before content and then just drops here. So you can make 1,000 coins a card here, really doing nothing, if I'm honest with you, just buying these cards at night, listing them up, basically lazy listing them up, and they're eventually going to sell. Now, I would stick to 84s and 85s here. 86s, not as many people buying into these, I'd imagine. Still the same movement, though. Goes from 8K up to 8.8. So the same rise, you'd just be losing more on tax. So I think this Fodder is definitely worth looking into, especially these 84s. If you can get them on bid for like 1.2K and just start listing them up for 2,000 coins, I think you'll get a lot of sales, make a lot of coins on these cards. So hopefully that gives you guys kind of like a better idea of what went on with the market today. A really weird crash, and we're already seeing the rebounds as expected. And then team of the week cards, you know, remaining steady heading into them heading out of packs tomorrow. And one quick thing we also hit on stream a lot, if you're holding any players that like are expected to get team of the weeks, like a gold Cancelo or something, I typically sell those players before team of the week is announced. So typically like early Wednesday is when team of the week is announced. I think it's 10 a.m. Eastern, so 3 p.m. UK. And that does change a lot and it could get leaked, things like that. But I typically sell those players before team of the week is announced, but it's very tough to predict. Again, first team of the week here, so we'll see where cards head. But guys, if you got any questions, drop them in the comments down below. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.